This is Big Lagoon State Park, which lies along its namesake body of water, Big Lagoon, just outside of Pensacola. This park encompasses not only the coastal areas around the lagoon itself, but also a saltwater tidal marsh and a pine flatwood community. Here there is a really nice campground, a boat launch, several hiking trails, a great picnic area, 2 beaches, and an observation tower. Big Lagoon State Park is a sister park to Perdido Key State Park and Tarkiln Bayou Preserve State Park, so one fee will allow you access to all 3. Unfortunately, we didn't have time to visit Tarkiln Bayou, but we will take you with us to Perdido Key a little later in this video.
We're traveling across Florida. We spent last night here at Big Lagoon State Park. We're on the kind of very western edge of the Florida Panhandle. And since we spent the night, get to put the Florida sticker on.
That's right. Another sticker on the map. In 2020, Hurricane Sally hit the area, causing significant damage to the park's roads, boardwalks, pavilions, and observation tower. Traveling at only 2 miles per hour, the storm dumped 20 to 30 inches of rain on the park, and the damage was so severe that it took 3 years to make all the necessary repairs. Parts of the park didn't reopen until the summer of 2023, only a few months before our visit in December.
From up here on the observation tower, it gives you a really good look at the Big Lagoon the state park is named after.
And you can see just how narrow that barrier island is. It's really narrow. Now for a short visit to Perdido Key State Park. It is a beautiful day for a walk on the beach along the Gulf of Mexico. This is the beach at Perdido Key State Park. You can look around and see that there's no one here. We have the place to ourselves. The weather is perfect. It's sunny and 65. It's a pretty nice day for December. Look what I found. It's a tiny little sand dollar. That's pretty cool. Being so close to Pensacola, we were really hoping to get a glimpse of the Blue Angels, but no such luck this time. We did hear and see lots of air traffic generated from the Naval Air Station, though.
Holy crap, where is it?
Oh my gosh, did you see it?
No.
It was, it was so fast.
I didn't even see it.
It went right over us and ended up over that way. I mean, it was so fast you couldn't hardly see it. That was crazy.
That was insane. It sounded like, I don't know what it sounded like.
It was crazy.
Something was ripping the sky open.
I know. The speed and power of these military jets is amazing to us.
All right, I think we're about ready to go. Do the final checks. Always do a walk around before we leave, make sure everything's locked and closed up. Shocks are all out, stabilizers are up, doors locked and closed, steps are in. Should be good.
We are leaving Big Lagoon and are heading east across Florida to our next state park destination. When you think of Florida springs, it is likely Silver Springs or Blue Spring that come to mind. Because of their popularity, though, they are very difficult to get into, so we've decided to try out Manatee Springs State Park. But let's be honest, because we believe that the others are more popular for a reason, our expectations are low. Will we see any manatees? Is the spring even anything interesting to see? Let's find out.
Today we're at Manatee Springs State Park in Chiefland, Florida.
Yeah, we just walked about 2 minutes from our campground. We're heading over to the natural spring and we'll see if there are any manatees in there. From the campground, the spring and main area of the state park is just a short walk. The main spring, with its beautiful turquoise water, is the largest single spring flowing into the Swanee River, with an average flow of 50 to 150 million gallons of water per day. The spring water is so clear that it looks shallow, but it's actually about 30 feet deep. There are scuba divers exploring the spring who are kind enough to take our camera down with them so we can all see what is under the water. All right, I got you. I'll be right back.
Now jump in.
What a new and interesting perspective.
Thank you so much for getting some video for us. Appreciate it.
You can say, yeah, you were in there. Look what I saw.
Yeah, I just jumped right on in.
Look, we got in and everything.
It sounds really neat. The divers were telling us there's an underground cave system that goes beneath here and connects over to another area of springs. We're gonna go check that out too.
Across the lawn from the main spring is Catfish Hotel, a sinkhole that is named because of its large number of bottom-feeding fish that live here. The divers from the main spring said Catfish Hotel is actually more interesting to dive in, but you would never know that from here due to the duckweed that almost entirely covers the surface. It's a long way from there over to the main spring, and that diver said that you could get sucked into the underground tunnel if you're not careful. That would be scary. Water from the main spring flows 1/4 of a mile to join the Swanee River, and we thoroughly enjoy walking the boardwalk that meanders along the spring run and through the serene cypress forest. But we still haven't seen any manatees, or any wildlife at all, really. We're doing our best to enjoy the area for what it is, but it's difficult to not be just a little disappointed. There must be a lot of water coming out of that spring because it looks like there's a pretty strong current heading down to the river. And then... Hey, Jeff.
Yeah.
There are manatees out there, and there are some big fish, too. Manatees! We are so excited! This is huge for us, and since we have never been the type of people to catch a glimpse of something and then be on our way, we settle in to watch and wait. During this time, a couple of the manatees swim closer, and we are rewarded with better views than when we first arrive. This also allows us the time to fully see the area and reveals so much more life than we saw at first glance. In addition to the manatees, there are many large fish, lots of turtles, a huge committee of vultures in the surrounding trees, an alligator, cormorants, egrets, and a river otter. There is so much to see our eyes don't quite know where to look. What an amazing day in such a special place. We can't imagine those more popular springs being any more spectacular than this.
I think we have 11. Well, one just took off, but we had 11 in here maybe an hour ago. And 4 of them are very much covered in barnacles.
Mm.
But I don't know what that is that he was standing on, but maybe just like this. That's perfect.
There's a bunch of us lined up. Kayak. Wow. Watching them.
That was cool. I wasn't expecting to see any manatees.
I know, I did not expect to see them either.
That was a real treat.
The volunteer that was out there, though, said they started arriving in this area around November 8th, I think she said, and they'll be here until spring, so it's a pretty cool place. There were a bunch of them, too.
Yeah, there was a bunch of manatees, some turtles, a bunch of fish.
There's a mom and a baby manatee, too. It was really cool. It is now the next day and time for us to move on, but we can't possibly leave without one last look. The manatees are resting, and with very few humans out and about this early, some of the vultures have moved to the boardwalk and we get a closer look. What a place! We are so glad we stopped to explore Manatee Springs and also Big Lagoon and Perdido Key. These were our first Florida State Park experiences, but given how much we love them all, they will not be our last.
So we're getting ready to roll out of Manatee Springs. We're here in Magnolia Loop of the Manatee Springs campground.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more.